All right, welcome back to the Crypto ZX channel. If you're new, please consider subscribing, but you guys know what time it is. We're going to be talking about everything Vechain. As you can see in the top 100 coins, Vechain is one of the top gainers, up 9.2%. It's been quite some time we've seen Vechain making these types of moves, but we're seeing that happening. And of course, this is really, really exciting for the people that are actually holding Vechain in their portfolios. Before we go any further, of course, as always, just a quick disclaimer, anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and research when you are investing in cryptocurrency. So if we're looking at the price of Vechain right now, it's pushing up to 3.5 cents as we speak, and it's also up 10% over the past 24 hours in BTC compared. So it's outpacing BTC by quite a big margin, which is of course really nice to see. Market cap approaching $2.53 billion, and the 24-hour trading volume is also approaching the $100 million mark. Amazing. Things are looking, of course, really, really nice for Vechain because, like I said, we haven't seen these types of move for, some time. I would say about like a month. But you guys can see, Vechain posted this on their Twitter. You can see what they say: 2 million real-world daily transactions from a single smart contract. Our partnerships with PwC and Walmart China is revolutionizing retail, marking one of the largest public blockchain use cases to date. And also expect more, expect bigger, and expect true mass adoption in the upcoming years. So if you've been following me on my channel from the beginning, from day one, when we've been discussing Vechain, I'm not talking about just over the last 2 weeks. If you have been following me on my channel, I've been talking about Vechain for a long time. And it's one thing I've always said, and that is the real world use case. Real world use case. We hear that term taken advantage of quite a bit with some of the projects out here in the crypto space, which I don't want to name, but when you kind of look into it, there's no real world use case they're providing. But Vechain is one of the very few that actually are working with some of the biggest companies we interact with on our day-to-day basis. And the price hasn't been doing too much over the past, like I said, 12 to 15 months. But if you're looking at what Vechain as a project it's doing, it's making massive moves. Companies are using Vechain Thor blockchain, and that's what people tend to forget. People tend to forget this. People just want to see the green candles. If the green candles are not there, people are just going to continue to ignore. And, that's just that, right? But, I love what I'm seeing here, of course. And, Vechain community deserves it. Of course, as you guys know, I love the Vechain community. I have a huge following on my channel, that does support Vechain. So I appreciate each and every one of you guys from the Vechain community, of course. So before we jump into the price, I want to take a look at Bitcoin to see like what Bitcoin has done. So as you guys can see this for yourself, Bitcoin did see a little bit of a minor pullback at $48,376. And, as a matter of fact, it literally retested almost a $48,300 mark, which I discussed in my earlier update, regarding SUI. I was talking about that, and I said that was totally okay. Remember, Bitcoin has seen a massive push, so a little bit of a retracement after that is very much needed and very much okay. So I'm all, good with that. But what you're seeing BTC do once again now is pushing back above $50,000. So Bitcoin still has a lot of momentum, if you cannot see. If you're looking at Bitcoin dominance, on the other hand, it's still ranging around 53.8% to 54%. So not much has changed for the dominance index. But now let's discuss the price, because of course that is what everyone is here for. You guys can see this for yourself. We have seen the price hit 3.5 cents, guys, for the first time in about over a month. Yep, so this is really decisive, as you guys know. I've said this from the beginning. This right here is an insane important level of resistance for the price of Vechain, and we can pretty much see. Obviously, we did break out back in December. Saw the price go all the way up to almost 3.9 cents. Never managed to touch the 4 cents mark. But what you're seeing happening right now is it has broken out once again out of this resistance. And of course, if this is able to continue, of course, we do have a little bit of a resistance here. If this is able to break out of this resistance, I could see a new yearly high come in for Vechain before you know it. And in order for it to hit a new yearly high, that is a move of about 13.65%, which is not a big move, to be quite frank with you guys. The exact resistance we're facing right now, you could literally be looking at is 3.53 cents. That's exactly the target that you guys want to be looking at. If this target is, if this resistance is able to break out, I do see Vechain pushing up to new yearly highs without, any troubles. Of course, we do need to take a look at Bitcoin, but Vechain is about to have its time. You could argue that Vechain hasn't moved, and I see those comments coming in day to day, but I hope you guys do realize from September, if you were picking up Vechain on September at 1.5 cents, you are up right now 127%, especially if you were picking up here. But I still think, if you guys do follow me on my channel, I still think the fireworks do not begin until we get into the 78.6, because this is the end of the bear market cycle. This blue zone that you guys see here, this is where the fun begins. As of now, we do have a long ways to go, but one step at a time. As you guys know, one step at a time is how things go. Patience is required, and I'm sure the people that have been patient, especially accumulating throughout the bear market, are the ones that are really going to be smiling right now, not the people that come and talk negative about Vechain and other projects on a day-to-day basis. But basically what you're trying to look at is another additional move of 82.2%, which is the 78.6 Fibonacci retracement level. This is where the fun for Vechain really begins, in my opinion, and this will end the bear market cycle. So I still think we have some time for us to get back into the 78.6 Fibonacci retracement level. Obviously, we do have quite a bit of resistance around there, but this is here where you will see right now, we're not seeing as much interest coming in Vechain, but when the price starts doing good, you see people flock in, and all of the sudden, people are suddenly turning mega bullish. And the funny thing is, me as a content creator, I do realize who actually has talked negative in the past, and all of a sudden turning into mega moon boys, and I see that happening more than you know it. So that's how I'm currently taking a look at. I'm loving what I'm seeing. Speaking about a move, I want you guys to put this into perspective. Literally, when the price of Bitcoin did go down to $39,000, to close the CME gap, you can see this for yourself. We did see Vechain drop down to 2.5 cents, and you can see now, if you picked it up around that range, you're up about 40% almost, and you could say a matter of 2.5 weeks. So things are looking good. Obviously, it's not going to see a full green candle straight to the top all the way towards the all-time high in a day. It does require patience, and of course only time tells. But let me know down below what you guys think. So far so good. I'm loving what I'm seeing in the Vechain community. Truly deserve this, and I'm sure slowly but surely a lot of people are going to realize the potential of Vechain, and a lot of haters are going to turn into supporters. But that is it for today's update. Love each and every one of you guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Been Crypto ZX, and peace out.